I never imagined it would come to this. I've always prided myself on being loyal, on being the kind of woman who honors her commitments. And yet, here I am, standing at the edge of something I can't quite name, teetering on a precipice that both terrifies and exhilarates me. It started innocently enough, doesn't it always? A smile, a shared joke, a brush of his hand against mine that lingered just a second too long. At first, I dismissed it as nothing more than a fleeting moment, a small spark in a life that had become, if I'm honest, a bit too predictable. I love my partner, and I know he loves me, but there's a comfort in our routine that sometimes feels like a weight, like a thick blanket that's warm but smothers me just the same. And then there's him. He's different. He's unexpected, a sudden rush of cold air that makes me catch my breath. When we talk, there's a crackle of energy between us, an unspoken understanding that's both thrilling and dangerous. I tell myself it's harmless. After all, what's the harm in a little flirtation? But deep down I know it's more than that. I know that I'm playing with fire. The guilt gnaws at me, a dull ache that never quite goes away. Every time I see my partner, I feel it twist inside me, sharp and accusing. I try to push it down, to remind myself that I haven't actually done anything wrong. But the thoughts that invade my mind when I'm alone tell a different story. I think about him more than I should. I wonder what it would be like to let myself go, to give in to the pull that draws me closer to him with each passing day. The temptation is there, lurking in the corners of my mind, whispering in the dark. It's not just about the physical attraction, though. That's part of it, of course. It's about the way he makes me feel, like I'm alive in a way I haven't been in a long time. When he looks at me, I see a version of myself that's different, freer, unbound by the constraints of who I'm supposed to be. It's intoxicating. But then there's the other side, the part of me that recoils at the thought of betrayal. I think of the promises I made, the trust that I'd be shattering if I took that step too far. I imagine the hurt in my partner's eyes if he ever found out, and it breaks my heart. I don't want to hurt him. I love him. I truly do. But the more I try to deny what I'm feeling, the stronger it becomes. It's a dance, this back and forth between desire and duty, between what I want and what I know is right. I find myself pulling away from my partner, creating distance where there used to be none. It's subtle, so subtle that I doubt he even notices. But I feel it, like a wall slowly rising between us. At the same time, I find myself drawn closer to him, the other man, seeking out his presence, in ways that feel both thrilling and shameful. There's a moment when I realize just how close I am to the edge. We're alone, just the two of us, and he's standing so close that I can feel the warmth of his body, can smell the faint scent of his cologne. He doesn't touch me, not really, but the look in his eyes says everything. He wants this, wants me, and I can feel my resolve slipping. My heart races, my breath quickens, and for one terrifying, exhilarating moment, I'm ready to jump, to forget everything else, and just give in. But I don't. Somehow, I find the strength to pull back, to put a safe distance between us. He doesn't push, doesn't try to close the gap again, and for that, I'm both grateful and disappointed. I walk away with my heart pounding, my mind a whirl of emotions, relief, regret, longing. I know I've come too close, closer than I ever should have, and I don't know what to do about it. That night, lying in bed beside my partner, I feel the tears welling up. I turn away from him, hiding my face in the pillow, as the guilt crashes over me in waves. I can't tell him what I'm feeling, how could I? He would never understand, and I'm not sure I fully understand it myself. All I know is that something has shifted inside me, something I can't ignore, no matter how hard I try. The days that follow are a blur of conflicting emotions. I try to focus on the life I've built, on the love that's still there, strong and steady. But the other man is always in the back of my mind, a shadow that haunts my every thought. I know I need to make a choice, to either walk away from this dangerous game or risk losing everything I hold dear. But the truth is, I'm not sure I'm ready to choose. The thrill, the excitement, the way he makes me feel. It's all too tempting, too intoxicating to simply let go. And so, I linger on the edge, caught between the life I have and the one I could have, between loyalty and desire, between love and something else. Something dark and thrilling that I can't quite name. For now, I stand at the precipice, unsure of what my next step will be. The future is a foggy landscape, filled with both danger and allure. And as much as I hate to admit it, part of me is drawn to the mystery of it all, to the unknown path that lies before me, waiting for me to decide whether to follow it or to turn back before it's too late.